Yeah. APAC coping over the results. Oh, hell yeah. I love that. All right. First, first we'll do incredibly racist Donald Trump. Uh guys, guys, this might come as a surprise to all of you, as we are all Donald Trump supporters. Obviously, we are all Donald Trump. Um, Donald Trump posted something on True Social. Donald Trump posted something on True Social, and the thing he posted was a little racist. Okay, just a little bit, you know. And it's obviously unexpected because as people who voted for Donald Trump, we all know we voted for him because he's the least racist guy out there, right? I mean, this is the least racist American, probably. Like every American's a little racist, and Donald Trump certainly is probably the least racist out of all of them. But it was a reshare on his True Social that featured the Obamas. Let's take a look.
Yeah, quite the storm.
Actually, you know what? Let's watch the full thing first. Okay, I'm worried that this is going to get me copy struck on YouTube, but so I'm going to pause it every now and then. You know what? I'm going to just like. But you get the picture. Yeah, that's the video. You got all of these Democrats. You have all of these Democrats being depicted as animals in the jungle. And the video very just right off the jump. Right off the fucking jump, the video is cocked and loaded. Fires off with Michelle and Barack Obama, both being depicted as apes. It's AI slop as always, as expected. And then the video basically, the video shows Hakeem Jeffries as a chinchilla, and then Donald Trump as a lion. Donald Trump is a lion. There's a little Pepe, a little Trump Pepe on the left corner here. I don't know who this pig is. Who is this pig supposed to be? Meerkat? Not a chinchilla, sorry. I'm sorry. And I don't mean this in some racist fashion at all. But this is the most Indian slop I've ever seen. Okay? He is posting like an Indian unk on WhatsApp. Like, this is literally like, and I don't mean this in like a racial way at all. I just mean like I have depicted myself in an AI video as a lion and all of my enemies as various different animals that are living under my kingdom. I feel like this is the most, like, it's Brandonization through and through. Okay. But this type of posting I have only encountered on Twitter from some of the greatest posters of all time, Indian unks on WhatsApp. This is like this goes hard on the group chat for Bangladeshi unks. You know, that this is Daisy posting through and through. The depiction of like the depiction of yourself as this towering being, as a lion, most commonly I see on that side of the internet, and I respect it. I think it's good posting. This is a bad version of that. Okay, this dark woke shit gotta stop. Okay, first of all, maybe my Indian unks and aunts are all right if this is what you're calling Indian unk slop. Dark. This is not like a like, I'm not doing the Kyle Kalinske adjacent shit. Okay, like you can point to Indian activities, you know, South Asian activities on the internet without it being directly racialized. Yes, this is Pakistanis too. You know, don't fucking eat my ass on this. In any case, if this was Indian slop, there'd be a Xi Jinping being eaten by Lion Trump. Yes. So I was going to say, as is the case with many American retooling of much more advanced versions of this kind of slop, this is a much worse version of it. Because if this was being posted on the WhatsApp circles by Daisy Uncles, there would definitely be a moment where the lion eats the enemies that are depicted as weaker, more feeble versions of animals. And because this is the Americanized version, unfortunately, we were not able to emulate the cultural product of a million WhatsApp uncles. And once again, our variant of American nationalism is but a mere shadow of the original product. Having said that, that's not the point of contention here. I don't think anyone other than myself will be covering how not as good as the original variant of this type of posting this looks like, because obviously, understandably, every single person is talking about this element of it, which is insanely fucking racist. Also, someone informed me that this was Olivia Giuliana. That makes it much funnier for me, because why the fuck do you even care about what Olivia Giuliana is doing or saying? For the record, what Trump posted was another video entirely, and has swiped briefly to the beginning of this video for a split second before swiping back. I'm guessing he didn't even screen record it himself, probably just reposted someone else's thing and didn't bother to watch it till the end. Lamau. Trump posted a video from Truth Social. Oh, this is the OG video he posted. Trump posted a video on Truth Social claiming vote counting stopped in key swing states before Biden surges, comparing it to Venezuela. In the final seconds, Barack and Michelle Obama depicted as monkeys.
Initiated by a court order, the Michigan investigation team obtained forensic access to a DS-200 tabulator, the machine that counts the votes. A Telit 4G wireless chip.
The story gets even funnier. Okay. Does this video feature AI slop of Harry Sasson, though? I need to know. There's got to be a Harry Sasson mention in here. So this is the OG video. Oh, there is. Yep, there it is. That's my goat. Okay. Masterclass. Your MAGA schizophrenic uncle made this video and shared it with everybody. And let me tell you, this is excellent. Harry Sasson as a flamingo fanning the lion Donald Trump with a Pepe Donald Trump laying in the lap of the lion Donald Trump that is laying on a hammock with meerkat Hakeem Jeffries. Okay, Whoopi Goldberg as a hippo. All the animals are bowing down to the lion Donald Trump, which weirdly looks like an amalgamation of Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, kind of, or maybe even a little bit of Joe Biden. The AI really bricked on the Trump face. I don't know what kind of inputs they added into this, but I do feel like the Donald Trump face does not necessarily look like Donald Trump all that much. It looks like it could be a combination of Joe Brandon and Benjamin Netanyahu at times. But in any case, the original video, or the video that Trump posted, was this one about this video from the patriotnewsoutlet.com about how the Democrats stole the election from him. But of course, because some fucking boomer was screen recording this video instead of downloading it, apparently at the end of the screen recording, there's a brief snapshot of Barack and Michelle Obama depicted as apes. Let's take a look at the OG video that was reposted or retruthed on the Trump Truth Social page now.
Initiated by a court order, the Michigan investigation team obtained forensic access to a DS-200 tabulator, the machine that counts the votes. A Telit 4G wireless chip manufactured in Taiwan was discovered embedded into the motherboard. The voting machine tapes clearly indicate modem engagement and transmission of election data. Some of the anomalies that we noticed in the 2020 general elections, that 5 key states all stopped counting at a certain time in these key battleground states. These were all where the software, Dominion machines, ESNS machines were used, the Smartmatic, the GEMS software. So when the vote stopped counting, and this has been noted in other countries as well, President Trump was significantly ahead. When reporting and counting resumed, there was a massive spike occurred that favored Joe Biden.
That's fucking hilarious. Like the fact that there is this like brief swipe up of this video that shows the intro of Michelle and Barack Obama, the video, the AI slot video of Michelle and Barack Obama, the video that we just watched, the full video that we just watched, adds a whole nother layer to this fucking story. Now, it's one of those crude versions of non-permissible, unfiltered racism that I like talking about all the time as I have a PhD in racism, as you guys know. This is a big no-no. That's a big no-no. That's like, you can call black people thugs and then argue till the ends of time on whether or not it's a substitute for the N-word, which Republicans love doing all the time. But a depiction of famous black people as apes or monkeys is very unfiltered, the type of racism that everybody understands exactly what's going on, right? There's not really a lot of plausible deniability there. It's basically the equivalent of saying the N-word. So for that reason, even prominent Republicans came out and were saying this is the most racist thing I've ever seen. Now, I find that really funny that this is it. It also came between Trump honoring these black icons in quest to restore the nation, because as you guys know, you may not know this, but it is Black History Month. So that adds a little bit more insult to injury. But let's take a look at the European coverage on the story so far.
Today, and with good reason, we're not now showing the image that was posted on the president's Truth Social account at 11:45 last night. We did show it earlier because at that point it had not been deleted from the account. It was up for a good 12 hours. It's an image, as you say, which is deeply offensive. It shows Barack and Michelle Obama depicted as apes. It came at the end of a video that was posted on the president's Truth Social account, which was a video about alleged electoral fraud during the 2020 election. The video seems to be a screen recording, which then flips onto this video.
They spent the past 2 years normalizing genocide, the past week normalizing pedophilia, and now they're going to try to normalize explicit anti-black racism. Yeah, they're just like leveling up. Or if you consider it kind of like leveling down, because anti-black racism has become more sophisticated throughout time as gains have been made in terms of like civil rights and whatnot. And anti-blackness is embedded into every orifice of American culture. And that's the reason why the thug equation that I previously mentioned exists to begin with. You can't straight up say the N-word when referencing a black person. So you say different terms like urban, thug, things of that nature. That's a byproduct of like the, I guess, modicum of cultural gains that black people have fought long and hard for. But that doesn't mean that anti-blackness has gone away. It's just become more invisible, right? And it's really interesting to watch this, or ghetto is another substitute term as well. This is weird, though, because most Republican senators have now come out and condemned this. They don't condemn what he said about Somalis or when ICE kills people, but this is a step too far, I guess. Yes, because of what I've talked about. This is boundary breaking, okay? You're no longer talking about like individual black people as low IQ over and over again, which is something that Trump loves doing. You're now directly depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. That is for the most racist Americans, okay? For the most racist, like normie Americans, even that's a bridge too far. It's the equivalent. It is the equivalent of saying the N-word. It is beyond the permission structure. Okay, it's the most explicit way that you can be racist. Americans have an unlimited appetite for anti-black policies that you can try and justify, and Republicans do this all the time. But when you actually drop all pretext that there is like a justification for this, and you just engage in the most classic versions of anti-black racism, so overt that it's indefensible, even the most racist guys will come out and be like, yeah, this is a bridge too far for us. This is pretty fucked up. You should apologize. Okay? Now, does this mean anything? No. I guess maybe woke is like not as bad, not as dead as we previously might have thought it was, right? There's that. Considering that he felt the need to delete this. So there's that silver lining, I guess. Having said that, this is a perfect story that explains the permissible racism phenomena that I love talking about.
The Obamas. Now, initially, as you say, the White House kind of owned the moment, didn't sort of dismiss it, didn't say they would delete it. Caroline Leavitt instead saying this. This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and the Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public. So that's the initial statement from Caroline Leavitt. Since then, since that was released, there was quite a lot of outrage, as you might expect, and a new White House statement then came out. A shorter one said simply, a White House staffer erroneously made the post. It has been taken down. And
yeah. John Boyd Jr. says he was blocked from a White House meeting for farmers and told the administration is moving away from DEI and small farmers towards large white agribusiness. Let that sink in. Small farmers pushed out, black farmers shut out, power consolidated. This is Donald Trump's America. Reward the connected, erase everyone else. Happy Black History Month, everybody.
Sure enough, it has gone. So a suggestion there, which raises new questions about the fact that a White House staffer had access to the president's Truth Social account at 11:45 at night. Why would that be the case? Incidentally, between 11:45 at night and just after 5 a.m. this morning, there were more than 70 different posts on the social media account of the president about all sorts of issues, including a meme about a dog. So, read into that what you will. Quite extraordinary stuff. The statement has gone, that the image has gone, but outrage, as I said, Tim Scott is the only black Republican senator, a close friend of President Trump's. He said, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I have seen out of this White House. The president should remove it. That is Tim Scott and Chuck Schumer.
Praying it was fake. Like, what the fuck do you mean praying it was fake? How could it be fake? Is real. Also, that is what he thinks about you. And you're a Republican. You already know that's what your colleagues think about you, big dog. Fuck you mean praying it was fake. This is the most racist thing I've ever seen. I swear to God, bro, these guys, the only reason why Tim Scott is saying that is because he has to engage in ass covering. Okay? The only reason why Tim Scott feels the need to say that in this very moment is because he has to engage in ass covering, because this makes his position utterly indefensible as a black Republican. Okay? That's it. In some ways, this is like the Europeans saying, like, we'd rather be happy vassals than angry slaves, right? Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's just like, it's too offensive to continue being the token black person for this administration, for the conservative movement, when you have the president depicting two pivotal black figures of American politics as apes.
Top Democrat, of course, said racist, vile, abhorrent. This is dangerous and degrades our country. Where are Senate Republicans? The president must immediately delete the post and apologize to the Obamas, two great Americans who make Donald Trump look like a small, envious man. So quite a lot of outrage, as you would expect. One other thing I must just tell you, Jonathan, that I think is just extraordinary and a reflection of America today. It has emerged that Donald Trump told Chuck Schumer, who we were just talking about, that he would release a massive amount of funding money to Congress if they agreed that he could rename Dulles Airport Trump Airport, and that he could rename Penn Station in New York Trump Station. This after he has already renamed the Kennedy Center here in Washington the Trump Kennedy Center, and the Institute for Peace, the Trump Institute for Peace. Somewhat of a cult of personality going on here in the United States.
I'm gonna keep it a $150. That's insult to injury, and I love it. Okay, I love that they just tacked that on to the end of Chuck Schumer's, like, oh, you must delete this now, Mr. President. Like, that straight up shows exactly where the Democratic Party's priorities are. Like, that's not an own against Donald Trump, in my opinion. That's an own against the Democrats. The Democrats are wheeling and dealing and playing ball with Trump over some of the dumbest shit. Like conceding on some of the dumbest things you possibly could have in your laundry list of demands. And I suspect this is, they showed that in this moment to just be like, this is where the Democrats' priorities are.
Jonathan.
So that's the story so far. Philip Lewis says there are no gorillas in The Lion King. Yeah. White House claims the video depicting Obama's monkeys is from an internet meme where Trump is the king of the jungle and Democrats are characters from The Lion King. Philip Lewis responds, there are no gorillas in The Lion King. Did you see this? Oh, yeah. I was going to play this in a second. Yeah, the response that they're running is that it's a mistake. It's a mistake from a staffer, which I don't know why there would be a staffer that has access to Donald Trump's. I don't know why staffers who have access to Donald Trump's account at 11:30 at night. But yeah, do I appreciate this story in the news cycle, especially because it exposes the fraudulent nature of people like Tim Scott praying it was fake. That's so funny. I'm praying it was fake. This is the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. This is it? Buddy, have you been paying attention? When Trump was saying Haitians are eating cats and dogs, you were campaigning alongside him. Okay? When Trump was saying all Somalians are parasites that must be purged from the American boundaries, you were not letting out a peep. The fuck do you think that was about? You know? What the fuck did you think that was about? What could that possibly have been about? That's not my Donald. That was different. It's not, though. It's not. That was all in service of propagandizing through racial animus a scheme of putting black and brown neighbors of ours in concentration camps. So all of it is racist. The entire underpinning that is the motivation for this racialized animus is white supremacy. But of course, because liberalism is hegemonic, liberals can only understand something is racist when you hit certain cultural touch points, right? Depicting black people as monkeys or apes is one of those things. Saying the N-word is another one of those things. Like something that I've talked about quite a bit. Like Ronald Reagan was horrifyingly racist in his policies. Okay? Ronald Reagan was horrifyingly racist in his policies, but Ronald Reagan's messaging strategy didn't like directly say the N-word, but basically found different ways of disparaging black people, specifically the welfare queen strategy, right? Something that Lee Atwater, famous Republican strategist, talked about openly. Now, for a lot of liberals, the recognition that Ronald Reagan was an unimaginable racist did not come from, flooding black neighborhoods with crack cocaine and doing the war on drugs or anything like that. But it actually came from Ronald Reagan having a private conversation with Richard Nixon where he said African diplomats are monkeys. That's when liberals were like, wait a minute, Ronald Reagan is racist. This was a couple years ago. And it's like, bitch, what do you mean? This is when you realize Ronald Reagan is racist. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, that's what it is. That's when you found out. And for a lot of liberals, this is it. Whoa, keep black people out of it? No, I'm not what do you mean? Black people, first of all, black people are a part of every conversation, even when they're not in the room. It's like the number one thing that white people love fucking shitting on for no reason. You'll have white on white violence and you'll have a guy still turn around and be like, but what about black people? I mean, Charlie Kirk was killed by a Wonder Bread ass Mormon boy. Okay. And they still, the last words that came out of Charlie Kirk's mouth is counting or not counting gang violence. The fuck do you mean keep black people out of it? White racists can't keep black people out of any conversation. It's their number one thing that they love slamming into every conversation. In any case, having said that, this is the story. This is the big story. That people are getting offended by. I mean, if this is what causes people to realize that Trump is a fucking racist, I'll take it, I guess. Strange that this would be it, but I guess not so strange when you recognize that this is the only thing that liberals fucking respond to. The only thing at all. Perfectly explain how white libs who like Reagan act. Yeah, lots of other things are just accidents. They don't really mean what you're saying they mean. What one of us doesn't walk to the other side of the road when they see a black person. Yeah. Yeah, Donald Trump took a full page ad in the New York Times demanding that the falsely accused Central Park Five get fucking executed. Okay? I think, or anytime he talks about like a black person, a black politician, he'll be like, they're low IQ. The fuck do you think that's a substitute for? It all stems around the same racist ass bullshit. Exactly. Him and his father were prosecuted by the federal government for refusing to rent their properties to black people. Like, there's never been a moment where Donald Trump wasn't demonstrating white supremacist racism, specifically anti-black racism. But I don't think it's time to move the needle in that direction. Anyway, moving on from that story to some positive news.